What's poppin' YouTube? It's your boy Steals Forever, and I'm back in the building. That's right, your boy Steals Forever is back in the building, hitting you guys for a quick video. And today's topic is PlayStation Now. Sony PlayStation Now, for those that's not familiar what PlayStation Now is, it's a streaming service brought to us by Sony for the PlayStation 3, PS4, Vita, PlayStation Television, as well as certain model Sony televisions. Basically what this feature does is allow you to have the ability to actually stream PlayStation 3, PS2 games, and I figure PS1 games and Vita games to your PS4, PS3, Vita, and all these different platforms. Sounds good, right? Sounds good. Yeah, sounds good in theory. Now, if you ask me personally, I personally never had any real interest in this service. Now, that when I say that, that doesn't mean that I'm against it. Like, some things I actually take just because they're giving them to us. Like, so if Sony gives us a service where I can stream games and stuff, yeah, I'll try it out. I may actually even stream a couple games just to see how it works. But realistically, man, I'm just gonna be honest with you. With my opinion about this whole thing, just give me the games, man. Like, why can't you just give me the games? Like, I'm on IGN right now on the website, and they basically had Final Fantasy 13 2 that was testing out, and it was available for 4 hours for $4.99, 7 days for $7.99, 30 days for $14.99, and 90 days for $30. Now, for those that don't know, you can go look this up on the internet. I'm pretty sure you can find a copy of Final Fantasy 13 2 for around $10 to $20, give or take here and there, depending where you buy it from. My whole point with all this is, like, why can't you just put the game up for sale? Like, why? Like, when you get the PS3, like, you can play certain PS1 games and things. And I understand there was certain restrictions and restraints that, some things the PS3 just couldn't handle. But here we are going into the next gen of gaming, the PS4, and it seems like we still have this same problem of being able to have some level of access to, not even saying backwards capability, because I understand the whole concept of, there's no way to prove, did you really buy the game? Did you borrow it from a friend? Like, how do we monitor that? Like, you know what I'm saying? So I understand that aspect of it. That's why there's no way of giving us games that we already own. But why can't you just kind of create a service, kind of like Steam, where it's like the different developers and publishers get together. They start taking a handful of their most popular PS1 games, PS2 games, PS3 games, maybe even some of the indie titles, and just start converting these games over or porting these games over to the PS4. And when they port the games over, they really need to lead them, like, develop or port them over in a way where it's more open source, so that way when they come out with a PS5, you can just keep the games on your account or library like you do when you have a Steam account. So that would mean when the PS5 comes out, all the games that I basically bought on my PSN for my PS4, whether they be PS1, PS2 games, or PS3 games, or PS4, I would be actually able to re-download those games because I own those games and basically play them on my PS5. Basically, that's all I'm saying. So that's what I want. That's what I want PlayStation Now to be like. I want to own my games. I never really been big on renting games. Like, renting games is something that I used to do as a child. Like, that's like, it's so old. It's like when we used to go back to my mom and used to rent movies on the weekend, and they would have like a little section in the corner, where you can go rent games, and you go pick out 1 or 2 games, and I'll go rent it for like 2 or 3 days and bring it back. Like, screw that, man. It's 2014. Like, nobody wants to rent no game. I want to own my games, even whether they physical or digital. Like, I don't have problems buying and owning digital titles. I just prefer to have physical copies of games. But, if in fact that's a means for me owning some of my favorite PS1, 2, and so on and so on so I can just have easy access on it on my PS4, of course I would rather just basically just buy the game. Like, how hard could it be? And you can think about it this way. Like once they get a huge library of these games up, then it would be easy for them to start having these sales like Steam and all this stuff, and discount these older titles and things like that, and make buku amounts of money. Like think about how many people would buy like Crash Bandicoot for their PS4. Like especially right now when it's like a little drop going on for about 2 or 3 weeks or a month. You know, you can jump back in there and pick up some older titles off your PS1 classics or PS2 and play them. You know, money is money. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion. Like I'm not even really gonna harp in the whole aspect of it being overpriced. I just don't like it. I don't want to rent games. I want to own games. I want to buy my games. Like with all this technology, I know there is a way to port these games in an open way so they'll be compatible with the PS4, the PS5, and the PS6 and the PS7. Because basically all these consoles are at this point are basically mini PCs put into gaming console shells. That's all, people. That's all they really are. Like always, leave in the comment section below. Let me know what you think about PlayStation Now. Do you agree with me? Would you rather rent games, or would you rather actually just buy games and have a system kind of set up like Steam where we can just kind of own all our content, so we will have the ability to basically move it from platform to platform, like, you know, from PS4 to PS5 when it's time to upgrade. Let me know. Some of you guys could be cool and actually like the idea of streaming, you know what I'm saying, or basically renting the games. I don't know. That's why I'm asking you guys. Like always, hit the like button. This is your boy Steals Forever. Later.